Step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Oh, very good morning. It's a beautiful brand new day, brand new week, almost a brand new year. Can you believe it? Can you believe we have almost wrapped up this year?
Like so close.
We are right there, man. We are there, man. We have survived, I think, is the key term here. Very good morning. My name is Graham Richards. Welcome to it. Beautiful Monday morning here on Expresso.
It is indeed, and my name is Raul Demone. So excited to kickstart the week with you, you beautiful soul. So thank you once again for waking up and choosing the right side of the bed this morning. Yes.
So, big question. Are you introverted or extroverted in relationship?
In a relationship.
I know we're getting personal. It's very early to suddenly get like really personal there.
Straight up in the morning.
But it's an important question for us today because we're going to be tackling that with our relationship expert this morning. Are you extroverted or introverted?
I don't know. I like to think I'm an introvert and a young shy guy, but I don't think so, to be honest.
You're kind of full on, dude. Yeah.
Express my emotion and my anger and of course my love as well, geez. So
I'm a passionate guy. Yeah, man. I think I probably fit into that same bracket as well. Where do you sit on that spectrum? You can let us know ahead of that relationship discussion a little bit later this morning. But right from the get-go, we've got to get you prepped for the day ahead. Let's get you all the information that you need with those news headlines.
Well, a very good morning to you. Let's start with your national headlines. Health Minister Zweli Mkhize yesterday called on all those who attended matric rage parties in Ballito in KZN, Plettenberg Bay, Jeffreys Bay and Johannesburg this weekend to immediately go into a 10-day quarantine period and get tested for COVID-19. Mkhize made the urgent call as a number of people who attended these super spreader parties have already tested positive for COVID-19. Matric rage events are hosted annually to celebrate the end of the school year. He again urged people to download and install the COVID Alert app. And police have launched a manhunt for a truck driver after he gave them the slip at the Lombobo border post on Saturday. This after they found that his cargo of traditional brooms hid a stolen bakkie. A video which has since gone viral on social media shows SA Police Services officials uncovering a stolen bakkie. Police believe the truck driver was taking his loot across the border into Mozambique. The bakkie with false number plates was reported stolen from a garage in Sandton at the end of November. And we move to news abroad, where US President Donald Trump has ordered the withdrawal of nearly all US troops from Somalia by 15 January. The Pentagon has said the US has about 700 troops in the country helping local forces battle al-Shabaab and Islamic State militants. US officials said some of the troops would move to neighboring countries, allowing for cross-border operations. In recent months, Trump has issued similar orders to reduce US forces in Iraq and Afghanistan. Some experts have warned that a US withdrawal could embolden militants in the Horn of Africa region. And Britain's Queen Elizabeth will receive the Pfizer-BioNTech coronavirus vaccine within the next few days as the largest immunization program in UK history begins this week. The 94-year-old monarch and her 99-year-old husband, Prince Philip, are in line to get the jab due to their age. Much attention is given to the royals receiving the inoculation as there's presently a powerful counter to the anti-vaccination movement. Britain has pre-ordered 40 million doses of the vaccine and is set to receive an initial batch of 800,000 to kickstart the rollout. And next, news of the Mzansi Edge expedition of 70 days and some 10,000 kilometers. The Kingsley Holgate Foundation, in partnership with a four-wheel drive off-road vehicle manufacturer, has traveled thousands of kilometers over the past few months to deliver meal packs and COVID-19 essentials to disadvantaged communities ahead of the festive season. Professional adventurers and go-doers Kingsley Holgate and his son Ross set out to follow the land border of South Africa, tracking the Atlantic and Indian Ocean coastlines with a circumnavigation of landlocked Lesotho in September. The 70-day, 10,000-kilometer journey, dubbed the Mzansi Edge Expedition, was not just to follow non-existing pathways while mapping the country's border, it was also to hand out hundreds of thousands of meals to rural and impoverished communities whose circumstances have worsened due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Kingsley Holgate, dubbed Africa's very own Father Christmas, said the journey had once again highlighted how teamwork and camaraderie among the expedition crew and those they met en route made all capable of great things. A festive season that may have seemed bleak has been significantly improved for many people, and that's thanks to the generous Father Christmas of Africa. And on that note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take a first look at your sport.
Thanks so much. So let's kick it off with cricket after a bumper weekend of sport, but of course a couple of damp squibs in the second one-day international match between South Africa and England, scheduled for today, has also been postponed. The decision was made by Cricket South Africa and the England and Wales Cricket Board. First ODI day. ODI was abandoned, of course, after positive COVID-19 cases were reported by a Proteas player and hotel staff, and it was later then reported that 2 unnamed members of the English touring party have also tested positive. On to rugby. Locally, round 2 of the Currie Cup concluded this weekend with wins for the Pumas, the Bulls and the Lions. On Friday night, the Pumas recorded their second win of the season. That was when they beat the winless Griquas 22-17 at the Mbombela Stadium in Nelspruit. Then on Saturday, the table-topping Bulls registered a comprehensive, very impressive 40-13 win over the Cheetahs. And then the Lions just edged out Western Province in that final minute, 22-19 in the final match of the weekend. On the international front, in the final Tri-Nations match over the weekend with Australia and Argentina, they again could not show any difference between the sides. They ended 16-all, their second draw in the tournament, in fact. The result means that the All Blacks have been crowned the Tri-Nations champions for 2020. Wallabies fullback Reece Hodge had the opportunity to win the match for his side, but missed a crucial penalty just before the 80-minute mark. On to football. Reigning Premier Soccer League champions Mamelodi Sundowns, they retained their lead at the top of the standings despite recording a 1-1 draw against Maritzburg United. Draws dominating the PSL this weekend helped them do that, with Cape Town City and Orlando Pirates drawing 2-2. Chakuma FC and AmaZulu, they drew 1 apiece, and it also ended in a 1-1 draw for Golden Arrows and Swallows. The PSL action will resume on Wednesday. Then a little further afield in the English Premier League this weekend, goals aplenty. Tottenham Hotspur, they remain at the top of the standings after recording a 2-0 win over their London rivals Arsenal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, with a smattering of fans in the stadium. In other Premier League results, Liverpool thrashed Wolves 4-0. Man City overcame Fulham 2-0. Man United, they beat West Ham United 3-1. And Chelsea, who did occupy top spot of the log for a moment, they beat Leeds United 3-1. On to motorsport now. Racing Point's Sergio Perez claimed his maiden Formula One victory in a dramatic Shakir Grand Prix in Bahrain yesterday. Renault's Esteban Ocon and Lance Stroll, they completed the podium positions in an error-strewn race for Mercedes, who were without their world champion Lewis Hamilton. In Formula 2, Mick Schumacher, son of the legendary Michael Schumacher, was crowned champion in the second-tier championship. And of course, Ryan Frieda has just stepped in, and I'm sure brimming with opinions over the sporting action over the weekend. Stay tuned for that. Right now, let's take a look at the weather.
Well, let's look at your weather for today. Mpumelelo Nka has shared this sunrise picture from Pietermaritzburg. You start your morning with a low of 17 that will reach a high of 27 degrees. And then Alan Rudnicki shared this one from West Coast National Park. Well, Alan, your temperatures for today will range from a low of 13 degrees to 21 degrees. Thank you so much for your sunrise pictures, and please continue to share them on our social media pages, and we will show them live on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Now, there's some adverse weather in the Table Bay area yesterday that forced Cape Townian Zirk Botha, who had embarked on a row to Rio de Janeiro on a modified rowing craft, to head back to Cape Town. He had started his voyage on Saturday, hoping to make the best of a brief weather window to allow him the opportunity to reach the deep sea, but the weather turned, preventing this effort, and he aborted the voyage north of Robben Island yesterday, choosing instead to turn around. The NSRI, who was tracking Botha's progress at the time, noticed that he had done a roundabout and decided to investigate. And although he was in no imminent danger, the NSRI Table Bay towed Botha and his craft into the port of Table Bay. Botha will now monitor the weather carefully to decide on a new launch date. And on that note, let's take a look at your temperatures across the country. We start off in Polokwane. Your low for today is 17, your high 27. Mbombela 18, reaching a high of 28. Partly cloudy conditions in Pretoria, a low of 15, a high of 27. Johannesburg 13, reaching a high of 25. Mahikeng 18 with a high of 30. Klerksdorp 17, reaching a high of 31. Kimberley 18 met 'n maksimum van 32 en Bloemfontein 13 met 'n maksimum van 30. Some sunny conditions in Richards Bay, a low of 21 with a high of 29. Pietermaritzburg 17, reaching a high of 27. Durban, your low is 20 and your high 27. Mthatha 17, reaching a high of 26. Wet conditions for East London today, your high of 24, and Cradock 15, reaching a high of 32. Cloudy conditions for Port Elizabeth 16, reaching a high of 22. Rain and partly cloudy conditions with a chance of rain in George today, a low of 17, a high of 23. Cape Town, a low of 18 with a high of 28. Worcester 14, reaching a high of 30. If you're in Sutherland, 8 is your low and 28 your maximum. Uppington 21 with a high of 34 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where I leave your morning weather. We'll take another look at it shortly after 7.
We're literally just chatting up a storm, catching up on the weekend with Raul. That's why we're kind of taken aback that you guys are here already.
I'm just blown away by your hairstyle. I absolutely love it, man. It's amazing.
I decided to give you guys color and give you guys some length and some curl at the bottom. Good morning, South Africa. Kamalam Kukusha Adams. This is honestly the perfect way to start any morning because we're all getting ready into the festive spirit and to celebrate as well. Expresso have launched limited edition festive coffees inspired by the Italian approach to living the good life, full of pleasure and indulgence.
Yeah, that's right, Kukle. So today's star on the Christmas tree, you ask? It's, of course, the Potent Il Cafe. Now, this is something that I know you're going to love, of course. It's a very, very intense flavor. So it's 13 on that flavor spectrum, which is something really good. And, of course, we're keeping it inspired by the Italiano tradition. So it's stock standard simple. We don't need any milk with this. You're simply just going, I've got the pot in already, and simply going for an espresso to get your Monday sorted and match that vibrant, lively hairstyle you got going there, of course.
100%. Now, Raul has mentioned that it is intensity 13, the best way to kickstart the day. Just for that thing, that oomph, that punch. It's a blend of Vietnamese and Indonesian Robusta and Colombian Arabica. You kind of...
There you go.
Also get that from the smell before the taste even. Let me just...
How's that taste for you?
It is divine, and the perfect person who would enjoy this is Jamie, actually, because she loves this kind of intensity, that punch. It's kind of like, it has roasty cereal notes with smooth velvety texture, kind of. You need to make one for yourself, otherwise you're missing out, bro.
You can't say no to that after the way you just explained it, of course. And of course, guys, for you at home, remember, you stand a chance to win an incredible Nespresso Barista device worth 6,500 Rand. And all you got to do, of course, is simply reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter page and tell us, why is Nespresso Barista device on your Christmas wish list? And now, of course, remember to use and include that hashtag Nespresso Expresso, and the competition closes at midnight on the 17th of December, which is just in time for Christmas. So guys, get entering, of course, and your T's and C's can be found on the expressoshow.com. And while you get going and entering,
I'm done.
You're done. Wow, was it that good?
Can you play me?
I'll play catch up. Cheers.
We chose some of the world's rarest local coffee crafts and refined them to create 5 distinct new tastes. After all, we are the choices we make.
not saying it's my birthday, but McDonald's, you can send us a dope hoodie if you want.
Please,
Send
shout
us
out
a little
to
young
you.
hoodie. We wouldn't mind that. Welcome to you if it is your birthday. I hope you have had the most amazing morning so far and that you're feeling super special. And if you are celebrating today, you share it with someone quite special. Retired American basketball superstar Larry Bird turned 64 years old today. One of the greats, man. He is considered one of the greatest pure shooters in NBA history, having won 3 NBA MVP awards. Wow, 3 NBA championships. He's got the rings, man. And he played in 12 All-Star games. Wow, so he's got the credentials. After retiring from basketball, he became the president of the basketball operations for the Indiana Pacers. And of course, did some great work there as well. Happy birthday, Mike, to Larry.
Happy birthday to Larry. I even know who Larry Bird is.
Yeah,
That's how much of a legend
like
he is.
Magic Johnson's era was that. Boom, boom.
How about that for my sports knowledge? But now down to you guys, the real celebrities, our loved and loyal viewers. This one reads, happy birthday, Shanae Hendricks.
This is for my mom, Shanae Hendricks. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Shanae. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray. Hello Shanae, I wish you have a blessed day. And God may spare you many, many more.
Well done, buddy.
Beautiful. He
Rose
got
to the
through
occasion.
that.
You got some BMT there, kid. Well done. And then Tyler Ditsebe is also celebrating. Happy 12th birthday to our beautiful daughter, Tyler Ditsebe. Mommy Amaru and Papa loves you, but let's hear from them.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tyler. Happy birthday, dear Tyler. Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip.
Do you think that was Tyler? Because he's sitting here, he's like, is it Christmas? Is it my birthday? What's
know
going
what I
on
mean?
now? I'm singing to myself.
I was about to say birthdays in December are one of the best because it's the festive season. You've got your Christmas present ready for you, but also your birthday
As long as people
present.
don't double up. Parents, don't double up. Give them 2 presents.
No,
man.
do,
Give them 2
please,
presents.
please. Now, Courtney is also celebrating her birthday. Happy birthday, Courtney, from Kaylin, your sister, and from your little brother.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Courtney. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray from Kaylin and Lorenzo and Granny.
Oh, thank you so much. Sweet messages coming through today. Let's squeeze in one more video. This one going out to Azra.
Happy birthday to you.
To Zara. To Zara. Happy birthday to Zara. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hip.
Hooray.
Hip hip hip.
Hooray.
Happy birthday, Zara.
I love that these videos are so precious. I love them. We've got one more, G. Wesley, happy birthday to my brother, Wesley. Let's check it out.
Happy birthday, Wesley. I hope you have a fantastic day. And always remember that I love you. Enjoy your day, brother. Mwah.
Beautiful.
Oh, man, we got the best viewers in the world. Thank you so much for those wonderful videos. Please send a ton more. You can send those 15-second videos is all we need. You can WhatsApp them to 071 640 6551. And then you can wish your loved ones a happy birthday live on our show. Who knows, we might even call them and raise a glass just to you because you are that special. Cheers.
Well, every year there is one event that really gets me into the festive season. And this year you'll be able to sing along to all of your favorite Christmas carols because it is the Hillsong Africa's Christmas Spectacular, but they're doing it a little bit differently this year. Hillsong Africa, they are with us this morning. We have Pastor Phil Dooley in studio, and it is all about taking this production online. Now, the Christmas stage production performed in sold-out arenas in the past, as well as in theaters. This year, they are taking it to the big screens with their Christmas Spectacular movie. Now, Hillsong will be helping us into the holiday spirit, and the best way they know how is through praise, song, and dance. Lead pastor, Pastor Phil Dooley, is with us in studio this morning to tell us a little bit more. Good morning.
Morning, Zoe.
Pastor Phil, I gotta say, man, coolest pastor I've seen in a long time.
Good pastor.
Look, you know, I have teenage daughters, actually, and so I think they judge me.
They keep you in check.
Yeah, they keep me in check. You know, Dad, you are not going out of the house in that. Here's something better. So, you know, I think for parents out there, you know, you do get the help.
I like that, man. Well, speaking of something better, listen, we're talking about this phenomenal event, your Christmas Spectacular,
yes.
right? So why are you guys doing it? Why is it different this year? What is it all about?
Well, obviously, it's been a crazy season with the COVID pandemic, and you know, our hearts go out to everyone who's been affected by that. And obviously, every year we want to do something that brings hope and joy and life and celebration, and the Christmas Carols Spectacular is something that does that every year. And obviously we can't do it that way because we can't gather in the way we did previously. We believe we will again. And so we kind of got together and went, what could we do? Why don't we turn this into a movie? And so we've made a movie, as you do. Casually. Yeah. And so we've got a whole host of the most beautiful carols that everyone loves. And Ster Kinderchor said, let's do this. And so it's going to be on in all the Ster Kinderchors, I think 33, 34 cinemas across South Africa. And it is beautiful. And what I love about it is a truly African Christmas carols experience. There's songs in Xhosa, Zulu, Afrikaans, English, filmed across the breadth of South Africa. And it just blows my mind, the creative talent of the church.
I've been wanting something like that because, you know, whenever you think of Christmas and you look at the Christmas movies, there's always snow involved. But we've got the sunshine, we've got the warm weather, and obviously we have a rich culture and history. So, Pastor Phil, in terms of the performers, who do you have that's part of the movie, and how did you guys pull it off? Because to put a movie together...
And it was also the time constraints because you're wondering what's happening, and then you get to a point where you go, if we're going to do this, we have to start filming, we have to do this now because there's post-production, all of those, which when you do a live performance, you don't have any of that. But when you're actually putting a film together, it's not just the night, it's everything leading up to it, it's the lighting, the cameras, as you guys know, and then it's actually the post-production. So there was a whole lot of effort that went into it. We have the most amazing team. We have the most incredibly talented, these are all people in our church. Singers and dancers, our Joburg crew, because we have church in Braamfontein, all these amazing young people there, just incredible. And then right across Cape Town, you know, the most amazing people. And we filmed it in places like Philadelphia, in this beautiful old church there, and then in urban centers in Johannesburg and all across. And it's, it really is. And then our team's involved in directing and editing and putting it all together. And I'm just so proud of everybody, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
A movie that's just, I think, encapsulating Christmas, something that we needed, of course. And I think it's really cool that it's spreading around the entire country and representing cultures. But I want to ask you a little bit more of the inside scoop. What is it about? Like, what can we actually expect from watching this, and who's the kind of person that can enjoy this?
Well, I think it's for everybody. I think it's the kind of thing that you go and invite your friends or invite your family, which a lot of people normally do at Christmas time. We want to go see the carols, you know, and you don't go usually on your own. I mean, I suppose you can, but usually you go with mum and dad and grandpa and grandma and the kids. And so it really is a whole family experience. And we're encouraging everyone to do that. You know, have your Christmas experience, but have it with some popcorn, you know. And Ster Kinderchor have done a brilliant job of, you know, putting this together with us. And, you know, they've obviously got all the various COVID regulations sorted out, so to make sure everyone's safe and healthy and all of that. But in the cinemas, the beauty of it is you've got this amazing sound, you've got the big screen, and it really is a very special
Immerse yourself.
Yeah,
And you can go watch it more than once.
Yeah, you can. Exactly. Yeah, so I know I will be, and
Yes.
we're inviting friends and a whole lot of different people we know, and I just think it's going to be so special. Yeah, so
Definitely.
look, really excited about it. Yeah.
Well, Pastor Phil, thank you so much for joining us. We're looking forward to the Christmas spectacular that will be taking place at Ster-Kinekor theatres across the country from the 16th of December till the 24th of December. So a big thank you to Hillsong Africa for joining us this morning. But stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. As Hillsong Church Africa, they will be helping us celebrate this Christmas season with 2 classic carols for Gospel Monday. You don't want to miss out on any of the performances.
Only you can make my day. It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Get your 100% goodness with Crush. Scratch and stand the chance to win hundreds of goodness prizes for 100 days with hashtag Crush100.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back. It's a Monday. It's a brand new day, a new week, and a new opportunity, and it's time to seize them all with our Crush 100% Goodness Peel and Reveal game. So every Monday, we call one lucky 100% Goodness entrant live on the show, and they stand a chance of winning a 100% Goodness prize. And we've got our latest contestant on the line, Precious Chokwe. Very good morning, Precious. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
We are doing so well. I'm a little bit parched, but Zoe's not.
I took a sip, so I can't share this. I'm sorry. But Precious, I just wanted to say to you, congratulations. How does it feel to know that you are this week's 100% Goodness Peel and Reveal contestant?
It feels so good because it's my first time to go into the competition, so I feel good.
Let's make you a winner. It's now just about choosing which prize you are going to walk away with this morning. So we've got 3 silver blocks here on our peel and reveal wall. You can choose between H2, F3 and B4. Which one is it going to be?
Can I go for F3?
F3.
F3. I'm gonna peel and
Ooh, nice.
Congratulations, you have won yourself that exercise bike.
It's a Trojan, or it looks like the coolest, most awesome exercise bike that you could possibly have. You're going to get your summer body, girl. It's there. It's there for you. So congratulations. It really is an awesome prize. I hope your fitness journey is going to be an amazing one. Please post a picture, a video of you exercising using this awesome piece of technology, but it's all yours. Precious, you're a worthy winner. We love you. Thank you so much for watching the show, and well done.
Okay, thank you.
Yay, man. So congratulations to Precious. And of course, if you guys would like to enter and peel and reveal your very own prize, this is how you do it.
Are you ready to stand a chance to win 100% goodness prizes with Crush, such as Nutri-Bullets, Veggie Bullets, Tefal kitchen appliances, bar fridges, skincare products, fitness products, and vouchers? 100% you are. 100% goodness winners will be announced daily on Expresso from Monday to Friday from September through December. To enter, buy Crush promo packs. See the back of the label to scratch, and if you find a unique code, dial the USSD number on the pack to stand a chance to win immediate prizes or go into the grand prize draw. If you do not find a unique code, keep buying Crush to find the hidden codes. Crush is 100% fruity, fresh, tasty, and refreshing.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back. Of course, you're still locked in. It's your Feel Good, and we know that life can be pretty busy, and especially during that festive period, of course, now when we are so focused on getting everything ready for Christmas and we're in that absolute panic. So many of us might not be able to make the trip to the gym, and this is where home workouts come in absolute handy. Now, a simple solution for trying to stay fit and in shape, of course, with very little time in your hands, is through turning your small household items and furniture into exercise equipment. And a chair is an effective tool for a full body workout. So get into the heart pumping and engage every muscle in your body, and you can try these quick chair exercises with us so that the work is well and truly on its way to the gym. And I'm joined by the beautiful Kukle Adams. How are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm excited.
I'm ready to test this new hairstyle out.
That's why I have it retained, because I don't know what's about to pop off. Okay.
Yeah, we're about to pop off, girl.
All right,
I hope
let's
you're
do
ready.
it.
All right, so obviously we're using chairs, something quite simple. We have it in our homes. Everybody has it. And there's a way that you can do an effective and a full body workout just by using this chair. And we're going to start off at the top and work our way down, right? So we're doing something, the arms, the triceps. It's a really good looking muscle as well. Ladies love it, especially when you want to get rid of all these saggy, flabby arms. I know a lot of people have been complaining about that leading up to December. So we're going to get rid of that right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to slightly have your arms right at the edge of the chair, okay? So you're going to have your ditches facing inside. Your ditches are like the inside of your elbows, okay? And then you're going to get your weight off the chair. Very nice stuff. Creep your feet forward. And now what you want to do is lower your glutes, all right? So don't go forward. You're not going back. You're literally going straight down. And you keep those elbows tucked in, all right? So if that cameraman over there can just quickly show you guys, I don't want you to be flaring your arms out to the side, all right? This is not the way you do it. You want to tuck those elbows in, close to the body, and get them behind you. And that's really going to work that tricep. And at the same time, Kukle, I don't know if you're feeling it, but you'll get a little bit of a stretch and a burn in the shoulder here too.
Definitely, if you're doing it correctly.
Exactly that, and it's quality over quantity. So instead of doing a good couple of half reps, we do solid, good reps that can stimulate the entire body at the same time. How are those arms feeling?
Still ready to go.
All right, let's give them a little bit of a breather though. We're going to move our way down to the legs, the lower body, and this is an absolutely incredible exercise. I love it. It works on your stability, it works on your core, it works on your glute, your hammy, and your quad at the same time, right? And that ankle stabilizer. So what we're going to do is, you look nervous.
I was just like, what's about to happen?
Breathe. All right, so again, with every single exercise as usual, always 12 reps to 10 reps in total, and we're going to do about 3 sets. But for this one, because we're on either side of our leg, singling out the one leg at a time, we're going to go for 8 reps in total, making 16 reps. Sorry, 8 reps on each side, making 16 in total. All right, you got it. So what we're going to do is stand a little bit further from your chair, and you're going to place one of your legs on the chair. All right, so yes, that's right. So you're going to have your toes kind of on the chair. Now you're going to make sure that when we're going down into a lunge, we want to make sure that that knee doesn't go over the toe. So what you want to do with that glute and the backwards knees, almost press it towards the chair. Look at you just going ahead without me like this is just a walk in the park. Oh,
you know what?
Too easy. I love it. And I love the fact that you're keeping a nice neutral spine as well. Often we arch our back too much, causing some lower back tension. That's not necessary. So again, especially when we're down in this position now, we can get caught up in using our quad too much and hanging from that quad at the back of the chair. Use the glute. So squeeze and throw those hips forward. That's the difference. That's how you're going to get that summer booty, girl. I know you've been wanting that. This is where it comes through. All right, so
I think this is the first time I'm using this muscle here, actually, now that I think about it.
Welcome that muscle to December. All right, so that's what you're going to do, basically, and especially that pause at the bottom. It's going to work that glute beautifully, and then working our way over to the other side. But I got one more for you. Of course, we're going to be eating ourselves into a craze in December, so we need to work on this core, of course. The abs are going to be taking a strain. So this is quite a simple one once again, and something that I love. You can use the back of the chair to support your weight if you are not comfortable balancing your body on your glutes, right? But the aim of the game here, balancing your glutes right up on the chair, okay? Your back is also suspended, nice and neutral, and essentially you're going to have your hands behind your head and elbow touches one by one. Nice. And I see you're not even using that chair. This new hairstyle has just leveled you up, girl. I need to make some new challenges.
I'm over you right now.
How you feeling though?
I'm feeling good. Definitely can be done in the comfort of your own home, using your own home essentials. So shout out to you, Ryle.
Shout out to you, boo. Of course, guys, I hope you enjoyed the session. Just remember, it's 12 reps in total of each exercise. When it comes to those Bulgarian splits, of course, 8 on each side, and you're going to go for 3 reps in total, and of course you are going to enjoy this magic. Keep the quality consistent, of course, like Kukle had, neutral spine, core engaged, and enjoy the magic. Get through some more. Cool. You ready?
Yeah.
Nice and slow down.
Well, there's so much magic in the air with Christmas fast approaching and all the festive and merry eating that goes along with it. We're all going to be looking forward to that. And we thought this morning, let's use this Meat-Free Monday to inspire everyone out there to show you a delicious, healthy and nutritious meal that's one of Zoe's favorites. And that's got me excited because a lot of your favorite things I sort of fall for and I fall into and become my favorite things too, right? So this could be interesting.
You're going to enjoy it. So I'm going to show you how to whip up this little honey, it's a grain salad with some honey roasted carrots. And really it is also a way for you to really tweak it. It is Meat-Free Monday, so it's packed with protein, but also you can push it to being vegan friendly, which is quite cool.
That.
Yes.
I love that you're able to just go into that zone as well.
Yes, so what's quite cool is this is a dish I've recreated a couple of times for my friends, and I was taught how to make it by, you know when you buy one of those like meal-inspired boxes and they give you everything?
Yes.
It's a recipe I've tweaked, so I'm going to show you how to make it.
Stunning. Okay, so this is perfect. Also, it's coming from the lady who clearly has had many, many Meat-Free Monday extravaganzas, and it's manifesting in the way that she looks, in the way that she feels, and we all want to look and feel like you do.
Oh, thanks, Tubbsy. Okay, so you're going to start off with these I call it pretty little carrots, but they have an official name. You get them at Woolies, and then you just parboil them. I've drizzled it with a bit of honey and cumin, and then you can just pop them in the oven to roast. So now we're going to start off with our salad. So we're going to take our lentils. I'm going to ask you to chop up our avo. Pretty please. You are wearing an apron, so I'm just going to mix the salad together before we present it.
Those lentils, they obviously have only just been boiled and you haven't added any sort of like things to them yet.
No. I'm keeping it quite easy today. So we've got some chopped up cucumber. There we go.
Well, listen, if you want this recipe, what we've done is we've made it super easy for everyone to get involved with this one. You can go onto our website, expressoshow.com. It has been loaded on there. It's a simple one. It really does take very few ingredients, and that's the nice thing about a lot of meat-free recipes, is that simple ingredients, but they pack so much nutrition.
Yes, they do. And then some colorful cherry tomatoes, which is also nice. So the nice thing about this dish is you can also, if you want to like stay away from the lentils, you can head towards maybe couscous or even quinoa. Yes. So really this is just all about the color that comes through. I'm going to drizzle it with a little dash of lemon. squeeze it over for some freshness.
Yeah. Do you like your Avo with the peel, or do you like
Without, who
the
eats it with the peel? It's a salad. You need to.
Well, if you're looking for the crunch, man, okay, I was going to say, I find when you eat it with the peel, it's really no. It was my mistake. It was my mistake.
Do you eat your Avo with the
No,
peel?
I absolutely
like
don't. But that was actually a test question to see if maybe there is a way to eat it with the peel. So I thought, well, then that must save me from having forgotten to peel these apples. But here they are now.
So I'm just seasoning with some salt and pepper. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to do a quick little drizzle of our Be Well canola oil, which is amazing. It's endorsed by the South Africa Heart and Stroke Foundation. So just a little drizzle.
Yes, the
Get
GMO
it everywhere. There we go.
Well, Be Well have also done such a good job on their website. For example, you can go on there. They've packed it with so many inspiring recipes. I think that they really are stepping up the way that we do vegan, or sort of not vegan, but meat-free meals. The amount of inspiring recipes on there when it comes to that is just so incredible.
So I'm just serving it up. This is obviously not your portion.
Yeah.
So this is how you're going to pop it on the table and everyone can help themselves. Or you can individually, which I generally, when I host, individually plate it for everyone.
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, to just sort of show how the Avo would come to life, I'm just going to go here.
There we go.
And show you. We're going to throw the Avo in there.
So this is our salad. And then we need to finish it off. So Tabiso is adding our Avo for us, and then you can finish it off. So this is vegan feta, which is great. I'm going to use a spoon for that. Or let's just use the fork just to drizzle it across. And of course, our hero ingredient, which is our carrots, that needs to be added. You can garnish it for me, pretty please. Fantastic. And then I'm going to add our pretty carrots that have been glazed with a bit of honey.
But look at how pretty it's all starting to look. It's colorful. It says summertime, it's here. It says, well, summertime is here. It says festive. It says merry. It says Zoe.
And just peel your Avo before you eat it.
Please do peel your Avo before you eat it. Go onto our website. It's expressoshow.com if you want this recipe. The ingredients are there, as well as a step-by-step of how to bring this magical, colorful creation of Be Well salad to life.
Be Well. Love, food, life.
Oh man, we're smiling after this weekend of sport. Welcome back. We sadly couldn't see the Proteas in action again this weekend. How much are you going to take from us, COVID? How much, man? But there were so many other fixtures to keep us well entertained, from the Currie Cup locally, the Tri-Nations, to the PSL, and of course the English Premier League didn't disappoint. Senior sports journalist Brian Frieda is here to give us a weekend sports review. Senior, and I mean that in a nice way. You know, he's accomplished. That's what I mean. Buddy, where should we start? Should we start with the Currie Cup? High hopes. It feels like the teams are starting to gel now. They needed a bit of time, obviously, to hit their straps. Griquas, despite the potential that is in that side, still winless. The Pumas showing a lot of heart to kickstart the weekend with the win.
Yeah, Griquas always potential, but in fairness, in the past, sometimes they've turned it on for periods. This year, not so much. But the Bulls are the standard this year, man. It's just a testament to great coaching, great recruitment, and then putting it all together. They're undoubtedly the team to beat. I mean, the Sharks are the closest to them in the competition, both from a log position and just in quality of play perspective. But I don't see anyone stopping them. I know it's relatively early in the competition, but I don't see anyone stopping the Bulls this year. They're just an edge ahead of everyone else.
Yeah, and they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the scary prospect. 40-13 over the Cheetahs. Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, or snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. Western Province just again pipped at the line by a Lions side. They probably needed this win from a morale perspective, but really good game of rugby.
Yeah, so Province are kind of a strange case, because they came into the competition, or they should have come into the competition with relatively high expectation, given the quality of their squad. They've got a good young coach, young relative term, but they just can't seem to put it together. The Sharks, like I said, the Sharks and the Bulls are just nipped ahead of them, and particularly in clutch situations, where the Bulls' experience has shown. Sharks to a lesser extent, but they've been good in the clutch as well. Western Province just not there, and that showed against the Lions. A game like that, you've got to manage and close out.
Yeah, you've got to finish it. Final score 22-19. We did get to see the best of Siobela Senatla finally, which was great to see the man at full pace. Let's move to the other rugby, hop the pond, Tri-Nations. We kind of expected a draw, but we didn't, and then we got a draw, and it was like, oh, okay. Talk about a damn squid. It was pouring with rain, red cards. It wasn't the best display of rugby. And Australia have got to feel aggrieved. It could have been an amazing comeback considering that red card. But Argentina are the real deal. We've got to stop considering them as a weaker side now. They've proven themselves.
And we've got to start considering Australia as the side that they are. They've won 1 in 6 in 2020. Which is terrible. And I saw, the coach lamenting how poor their game management was throughout that game. And I mean, they're just nowhere. And Argentina definitely on the up, considering everything that happened in the week in the build-up to the game with Matera and some of the other guys. That would have taken a huge toll on that team. And to turn in that result, I think spoke to the character in that side. And you're right, we've got to start taking them seriously.
A lot of heart there, and that we cannot discount at all. Let's bring it back to South Africa for some PSL action. A lot of draws, man. I think Stellenbosch, the only team to get away with the win this weekend. All of those draws meant that our reigning champions, Mamelodi Sundowns, with their draw against Maritzburg, kept the top spot. What was your standout fixture? Maybe Cape Town City up against Orlando Pirates, 4 goals. That's a good day out.
Yeah, unusual. Like there's draws in rugby, draws in football, but yeah, definitely that result. Also, I don't see anyone like with the Bulls. I don't see anyone beating Sundowns to the title this year. I mean, Spurs was their closest challenge. Chiefs were their closest challenge.
Spurs are great, though.
Yeah. We'll get to them in a minute. Chiefs were their closest challenges this last year. Last season were just not out the gates this year at all. Closer to the relegation zone than anything else. But yeah, Sundowns going to be hard to stop again this year.
Okay, so let's talk about Spurs. Let's do that, my friend. For once, I can be completely biased. London derby, huge expectation, and we were hoping that form would count for nothing with Arsenal sitting in 15th place on the log. Not with the quality of their players, it's just not clicking. What is Arteta not getting right? Take nothing away from a brilliant performance, great counter-attacking football from Spurs, but what is missing from Arteta's setup? When you look at that strike force, you'd think he should be doing better.
Yeah, I think what Arteta Belito is not doing right is what Jose Mourinho has got right through recruitment. The spine of that Spurs team is incredible. So from the top, Kane, his recruitment of Hallberg, and then the centre-back pairing have been really good this year. I think the spine of that team needs addressing, speaking about Arsenal now. Spurs, on the flip side, are doing what Mourinho does. We spoke off camera. When you go 1-0 down against the Mourinho side, it's a really long way back from there. I know that they trailed in the possession stakes, but that's what Mourinho teams do, right? And they still managed to close it out there. Of all the teams, I know that Jurgen Klopp spoke about Chelsea as being the most likely to win the league this year. I think Spurs are the most prominent challenges to Liverpool's crown this year.
Take nothing away from a brilliant performance by Chelsea, 3-1 over Leeds United, and then of course Liverpool proving their championship winning credentials yet again.
Indeed.
With a superb performance, it must be said, an absolutely superb performance, showing the best of how they can manage a game and counter-attack when the game is tight. They deliver. So well done, buddy. I see how magnanimous we were in that exchange, man. But what the take home here is that Spurs are going to win the league. Thank you so much to our senior sports journalist Ryan Frieda for taking the time to join us this morning. And then make sure you tell us what your favorite sporting moments are from the weekend, and we could be calling you to join us here on the show as part of our weekend sports preview on Friday. We'd love to connect with you.
You are still locked into your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso, here on SABC3. Just in case people have forgotten, Raul, it's still 2020.
Yeah.
Now, with the entire globe coming to a standstill due to the COVID-19 pandemic, competitive sport took a serious knock, with most events being postponed or even cancelled. But in a first for Africa, the Nedbank Running Club partnered up with the world-renowned fitness app Strava to bring athletes the Nedbank Runified series.
Yeah, now this virtual running club not only challenged runners to keep active, but also rewarded them with serious cash prizes along the way, which was a much-needed income for athletes across South Africa. And now joining us this morning to give the rundown on the latest developments is Head of Group Sponsorship and Cause Marketing at Nedbank, Toby Badenhorst, and Nedbank Running Club athlete Kelly Van Vliet. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good, thanks.
It's such a pleasure to have both of you here on our Feel Good Breakfast show. I'm going to start with you, Toby. You introduced the Runified Challenge when the country moved to level 3. What was the aim behind the challenge?
Good morning. Thanks so much for this opportunity. There were two main aims for us here. One was to provide an opportunity for our elite athletes to earn an income. Athletes generally earn money when they win races, and at the time, as we know, races were still cancelled and many who had been training could no longer earn an income. The second aim was to engage the running community who did not have a club, or club runs or park runs or any opportunity to engage with their running community, as lockdown rules were still very strict. So we came up with a solution that could solve those two pain points, but more importantly, give our running community an opportunity to train, have fun and engage with each other in a safe way. More than 200,000 people joined the Nedbank Runified Challenges since the beginning of the series. Wow. And more continue to sign up since the last week of our challenge.
Wow, that sounds incredible. Wow. And Toby, I can imagine all the runners, obviously, after hearing the news of the lockdown, must have been so excited and elated. Yeah, there's an opportunity to still compete. But what sort of great successes? You mentioned one or two now, but what are some of the other successes that you've had so far?
Well, since this was the first ever Strava partnership in Africa, we built a new Nedbank Running Club page on the platform from scratch, and it now has close to 20,000 runners registered on the page who engage with each other on a daily basis, and the biggest running club page on the continent within the Strava platform. We've had a lot of great stories from runners who, through the challenges, have managed to improve their running or become more consistent. But the most important thing for us is stories like the likes of Kelly here, who started to challenge as a new member of the club, having joined last year, and is now officially signed as one of the elite athletes of the club.
Wow, and we do have Kelly here, and we want to hear it straight from her mouth. Kelly, how has life as an athlete changed now because of lockdown and with Nedbank Runified series?
obviously we have all been training for these big races, and then when lockdown happened and all the cancellations happened, we were all obviously a little bit disappointed. But when Runified came about, it was a great platform for us to get out there and still obviously being aware of social distancing and all the rules, but have these virtual races, get back into training for something. And of course, a lot of the athletes make a living from these races. So it was good for them to be able to get out there, win some money, train for something, have a specific goal. So it completely changed our outlook on 2020 as for your training and your running.
And Kelly, I was listening earlier. It sounds like you've only joined, I think, within the last year, and you ran some of your best times during Runified, and this led you to getting signed as one of the elite athletes for the club from 2021, which I think is a massive achievement. Congrats. But how does this feel?
Thank you so much. It is such a huge opportunity and such a huge honor. You know, when you put those green clothes on, you just feel a little bit faster. So I don't know, it's something magic of the green, but it's just a massive honor, and it gives me an opportunity to try and get better myself as an athlete and just improve. And it gives you a little bit of a push to try and make sure that you improve, obviously locally, nationally, and internationally. So next year I have a couple, like the Mauritius Marathon, and I've got a couple of goals in mind, maybe London Marathon, and try and go abroad and bring the Nedbank name with me.
Well, guys, thank you so much again for being in the studio. Toby, to you, thank you for providing athletes for just another opportunity to race and obviously enjoy our beautiful bodies. And Kelly, well done again. And we're looking forward to seeing you in the green running next year. The bar's being set, but of course, guys,
Me too.
Oh, I love it. Now, for all the latest details on Nedbank Runified series, you can visit nedbankrunningclub.co.za. Let's get involved.
Here's to you, can't work from home workers. Board Terminator. Cause every meeting key, I'll be back. The mask forgetting shoppers. And you, who go the extra mile instead of keeping just 1.5 meters. To you who opened your doors again, we take our hats off. Nina, who kept us moving, 100%. And of course, the no Mayini general dealers. You might not be essential workers, Mara, you too played an essential role in keeping Mzansi working. And that's why we're giving you a chance to win your share of 5 million rand. Join Nedbank today.
welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso here on SABC3. Thank you so much for choosing to start off your morning and your week with us right now.
Woo, so much feel good coming your way as we step into the second and final hour of the show. Quick question, do you like your Avos glasses with the skin or not? Okay.
Without, Tabby. So I heard you. I saw you.
Think about it. Keep those comments coming through right now, though. It's time to find out what's happening in and around the world with the news.
Thank you. I'll start with national news. Unions have given the South African Police Service the green light to embark on its restructuring program. The initiative is intended to cut costs in the services, address a top-heavy structure, and to put more boots on the ground. In a statement yesterday, the SAP said as part of the process, it has already started to offer early retirement packages to employees aged 55 years and older. In addition, it will reduce the 4 current deputy national commissioners to 3 and rationalize the current 13 divisions to 10. And the Department of Basic Education says it will defend any attempt in the court by the SA Democratic Teachers Union to halt the rewriting of the leaked matric exam papers. The union said in a statement earlier that it was considering legal action against the department and Umalusi, the examination quality assurer, over a decision to have all pupils rewrite the leaked papers. Minister Angie Motshekga earlier announced that the mathematics paper 2 would be rewritten on the 15th of December and the physical science paper 2 and CAT and IT on 17 December rather. And we now move to news beyond our borders, where Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi yesterday arrived in France on a state visit, which many analysts say is highly controversial. Al-Sisi is expected to meet with French President Emmanuel Macron about tensions in the Middle East and bilateral cooperations. The 3-day visit follows the release of 3 human rights activists detained after meeting with European diplomats, and human rights groups have put pressure on Macron to place the topic of al-Sisi's oppression of dissidents in Egypt on the table. France is Egypt's largest supplier of weapons as well as crowd control technology. And a capsule containing the first significant quantities of rock formed from an asteroid is in perfect shape, according to scientists. The container with material from a space rock called Ryugu parachuted down near Woomera in South Australia on Saturday evening. The samples were originally collected by the Japanese spacecraft Hayabusa 2, which spent more than a year on the asteroid. The 16-kilogram capsule will now be airlifted to a curation chamber in Japan for analysis and storage. Scientists believe it will reveal much on the history of the solar system. And now, the Wallabies sing country's national anthem in a First Nations language. Australia's rugby team has received high praise for singing a version of the country's national anthem in a First Nations language. The Wallabies sang Advance Australia Fair in both the Eora language and English before their international match against Argentina on Saturday. It's the first time a joint language version of the anthem has been performed at an international sporting event. All the players wearing their Indigenous jerseys sang along with both versions. The inclusions of the First Nations version has been commended on social media. There has long been a debate over the national anthem, Advance Australia Fair, which has been criticised of lacking inclusive lyrics recognising the country's Indigenous people and Australia's values. Australian Paralympics gold medal winner Richard Coleman says it's an incredible national anthem and should be done this way every time it's performed. He said, and I quote, "I would love to win a gold medal and hear this playing loud and proud, so inspiring." Well, on that happy note, that's where we leave your morning headlines. Let's take another look at your sport.
Thank you so much, Zoe. Let's kick it off with our cricketing news, and not the best news for either English or South African fans. The second one-day international match between South Africa and England, scheduled for today, has been postponed. The decision was made by Cricket South Africa and the England and Wales Cricket Board. That first ODI, of course, being abandoned after positive COVID-19 cases were reported by a Proteas player and hotel staff, and it was then later reported that 2 unnamed members of the English touring party have also tested positive for COVID-19. Bringing it back to the action that did take place. Round 2 of the Currie Cup concluded this weekend with wins for the Pumas, the Bulls, definitely the form team, and the Lions. So on Friday night, the Pumas recorded their second win of the season when they beat the winless Griquas 22-17 at the Mbombela Stadium in Nelspruit. Saturday, the table-topping Bulls registered a comprehensive, very impressive 40-13 win over the Cheetahs. Then, of course, the Lions just edged out Western Province in that final minute, 22-19 in the final encounter of the weekend. On the international front, the final Tri-Nations match took place this weekend with Australia and Argentina ending on 16-all, their second draw in the tournament, in fact. The result means that the All Blacks have been crowned the Tri-Nations champions for 2020. Wallabies fullback Reece Hodge had the opportunity to win the match for his side, but missed a crucial penalty just before the 80-minute mark. And on to football, our reigning Premier Soccer League champions Mamelodi Sundowns, they've retained their lead at the top of the standings, despite recording a 1-1 draw against Maritzburg United. Draws dominating the PSL this weekend. In fact, Cape Town City and Orlando Pirates drawing 2-2, Chakuma FC and Amazulu drawing 1 apiece, and it also ended in 1-1 for Golden Arrows and Swallows. We can look forward to more PSL action this coming Wednesday evening. Then staying with football in the English Premier League this weekend, Tottenham Hotspur remain at the top of the standing. That was after recording a 2-0 win over Arsenal in the London derby at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in front of some fans, it must be said. In other Premier League results, Liverpool looked very good against Wolves, thrashing them 4-0 last night. Man City overcame Fulham at 2-0. Man United beat West Ham 3-1. And Chelsea also looking in a good vein of form at the moment. They beat Leeds United 3-1. Then finally on to motorsport. Racing Point's Sergio Perez claimed his maiden Formula One victory in a dramatic Shakir Grand Prix in Bahrain yesterday. Renault's Esteban Ocon and Lance Stroll completed the podium positions in an error-strewn race for Mercedes, who were, of course, without their world champion Lewis Hamilton, who did test positive for COVID-19. In Formula 2, Mick Schumacher, son of the legendary Michael Schumacher, was crowned champion in the second-tier championship to cap off a fantastic motorsport weekend. And that's where we leave our sport for this Monday morning. Let's take a look at some of your beautiful sunrise pictures.
And we'll start off with one sent in by Nick Lombard, who captured the sunrise picture from Lourisfontein. Your minimum temperature for today is 11 and your maximum 31 degrees Celsius. Marilyn Phillips took this one in George. And for today in George, expect a 56% chance of rain, Marilyn. Thank you so much for these beautiful sunrise pictures, and please continue to share them with us on our social media pages, and we will show them live on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We have some interesting weather news, and due to adverse weather in Table Bay yesterday, it forced Cape Townian Zirk Botha, who had embarked on a row to Rio de Janeiro on a modified rowing craft, to head back to Cape Town. He had started his voyage on Saturday, hoping to make the best of a brief weather window to allow him the opportunity to reach the deep sea, but the weather turned, preventing his efforts, and he aborted the voyage north of Robben Island yesterday, choosing instead to turn around. The NSRI, who was tracking Botha's progress at the time, noticed that he had done an about turn and decided to investigate. And although he was in no imminent danger, the NSRI Table Bay towed Botha and his craft into the port of Table Bay. Botha will now monitor the weather carefully to decide on a new launch date. We wish him all the best of luck. And looking at your temperatures, if you're in Polokwane, your low for today is 17, your high 27. Mbombelas 18 with a high of 28. Partly cloudy conditions in Pretoria, 15 with a high of 27. Johannesburg 13 reaching a high of 25. Warm conditions for Mahikeng, 18 with a high of 30. Klerksdorp 17 met 'n maximum van 31. Kimberley 18-32. Bloemfontein 13 met 'n maximum van 30. If you're in Richards Bay, partly cloudy conditions with a high of 29. Pietermaritzburg 17 reaching a high of 27. Durban a low of 20 with a high of 27. Thunder showers can be expected in Mthatha with a low of 17, a high of 26. Wet conditions in East London with a low of 17, a high of 24. 34. Some thunder showers is on the cards for Cradock today with a low of 15 and a high of 32. Port Elizabeth, 16, reaching a high of 22. George, 56% chance of rain with a high of 23. If you're in Cape Town today, partly cloudy conditions with a high of 28. Worcester, 14, reaching a high of 30. Sutherland, 8, with a high of 28. And Uppington, your low for today is 21 and your high 34 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where I leave your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you very much, Zoe, for that look at all the temperatures across the country. It looks and feels already this side of the world like it's going to be a feel-good type of day. But of course, no matter what the weather's like, be sure to make it exactly that. Hey, coming up a bit later on, we've got one of my favorite chefs in the house. It is the Lazy Makoti. And as she does, hey, beautiful chef. As she does, she's going to be whipping up some magic in the kitchen and really giving us those treats on the counter.
Belly full, of course. And we've got Hillsong doing an epic rendition that we're going to be getting you into that festive spirit. So stick around because you're going to be wanting to stay tuned to the magic.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso here on SABC3. Today we're talking about all things relationship, not just limited to romantic relationship. Now I need you to think about this. When you get ready to go out to a social event, think about the approach that you take. Do you spend hours by yourself together? The energy, think on the things that you will do or say, or maybe already strategize how you're going to leave. Or do you rather get invigorated by the idea of being around others? Now, figuring this out may help you, try to understand whether you are introverted or extroverted, and knowing the difference can help in your relationships with others. Now, joining us this morning to unpack this concept is therapist, speaker, and trainer Asha Dullabh. So if you have any questions or comments for us, feel free to drop them on our Facebook page, and she'll be more than willing to engage with them. Always a pleasure to have you on the show, looking stunning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm well, thank you.
It's good to have you. So brilliant. Always excited to get educated when it comes to relationships. And I think this one's something quite important. We hear it all the time, introvert, extrovert, but I don't know if we actually know what it means. So maybe you can shed some light on that, exactly what it means, and especially when it comes to being in a relationship.
Absolutely. So introversion, extroversion is actually a very, very fine layer of our multiple faceted personality as a human being. So society usually sees introverts as one that is reserved, someone that is quiet, someone that really wants to spend time by themselves. They actually gain energy and recharge by being by themselves. They feel very comfortable in their solitude, whereby an extrovert, they are very sociable, they're friendly, they are very comfortable being the center of attention. They are usually ones that speak before they think, whereby the introverts think before they speak. So, I think that it's all about how do we recharge as an individual, that invigoration that you spoke about. So the introvert really recharges by time alone, being in their solitude, while an extrovert needs to be around people to recharge. It's where we gain our energy, where we get our stimulation from.
That's a very interesting way of putting it, where you gain your energy, and how you use that energy and how it translates as well. Now, there's something in between, I think, which is ambivert. A lot of people aren't aware of that term. Can you please explain it to us, and also how those people, where they draw their energy from?
All right, so this is an individual that has a lovely fine balance between an introvert and an extrovert, the qualities. They are ones that feel quite flexible, they are quite adaptable in circumstances, they easily adjust in whether it's a one-on-one setting or a group setting. They're both a good listener and a good speaker. So they're very comfortable. The key word here with these kind of individuals is they're easily able to adjust in any situation. And I think when it comes to introversion and extroversion, I think we all have a bit of both. It's just about what comes natural to us. What is our preference? What draws us more? Very often as human beings, we feel very natural in our skin in a certain personality type. So as I said earlier, it is layered though. It's just a fine layer of such a lot of facets to our personality as a human being.
So I guess the ambivert is the great balance, but I would assume that not everybody has this balance.
Yes.
So what happens when you have that relationship where one partner wants to be isolated and recharge in isolation and the other needs to feed off their partner? How do you deal?
Sure, that's when we need an extra layer of compromise, when we are in a relationship with the opposite, with the introvert being in a relationship with an extrovert. We need someone to really be aware that how their partner recharges. So it's about knowing that your partner needs that time alone to recharge, not taking offense if your partner is saying, hey, can I take my own car to the party and leave a bit early? It's okay, have that understanding. Whereby on the extrovert side, I mean, they're very keen to go to a pub and hook up with their friends and have their partner along, and it's about having that understanding. And if with the lack of understanding, there can be some conflicts without understanding your partner.
Truly understandable, and I'm very excited for the next part of our conversation to kind of unpack this conversation a little bit more to help us understand. Asha is still around, so please make sure to let us know where do you fall under? Are you an introvert, an ambivert, an extrovert? Let us know on our social media platforms, and hopefully Asha will be here to help us understand a little bit.
Feed us.
It's time for us to bring it back to the kitchen. Some magic as always. One of my favorite chefs, the Lazy Makoti, is in the house, bringing all the festive cheer in the form of a classic South African traditional recipe. You honestly cannot go into any household during the festive season, during the December season, and not experience this. And I promise you now, she's going to inspire you to take it to a whole new level. For Mukau Seshweni, aka the Lazy Makoti, the holidays would just not be the same without a family tradition of enjoying just-made scones served with homemade ginger beer. Oh yes, and luckily for us, she is in the studio to share this fantastic recipe. I'm so excited at the sound of khemer. Welcome.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, this is how festive season starts.
Yes.
That's how you know that Christmas is around the corner.
Yes.
When someone whips up these.
You can almost smell all these ingredients coming to life when you wake up, and we're all visiting our grands during the festive season, and everyone is excited, running around up and down. All
of that.
Hey, so how do you bring it to life?
So I'm very excited to share this recipe because it's so easy. Like anyone can make it, even you.
Okay.
Even you.
When you say even me, you are dragging me.
No, I mean, it's that easy. It's that easy.
Even me. Listen, if a recipe is Tabiso proof, then you know that that's a really easy recipe. So let's get going.
Okay, so we're going to start with our ginger beer, our kgemere.
Yeah.
And in here is just some water that I'm boiling.
Okay.
And then I'm going to dissolve my sugar in there.
Okay. It doesn't look like you've got a lot of water in there. Is the idea to keep it a nice sort of balance, equal measure of sugar and water, or what's the idea there?
So you can double, triple this recipe according to however many people you're making.
Cool.
I'm just making for you and me today.
The nice
So I'm dissolving my sugar.
Yep.
And then once your sugar is nice and dissolved, I'm going to add my ginger powder, which is what obviously gives the flavor.
Yeah.
And then once that's mixed in, we're going to turn it off. And then allow this to cool before we add the rest of our ingredients.
Great. Okay, cool. Typically, and this is from my experience, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, typically the amount of khemer made is those huge 25-liter buckets. I mean, it's insane. It's enough to feed the entire street. So you're more than welcome while you try out this recipe, because you will find it on taste.co.za. You're more than welcome to make enough for your entire neighborhood.
Okay, your entire, all 3 blocks of your neighborhood.
That and for them to take home, because you know, everybody was going to want to take home.
That's the thing. You bring those 2-liter bottles with you, and then you've got enough to take home as well. So now we're making the scones.
Now we're making the scones. In here's my dry ingredients, some sugar, some baking powder, and of course some flour. So the idea is you mix together your dry ingredients and then your wet ingredients. That's your egg, your milk.
I love it. You're making me so happy. There's so much feel good that translates, and even just the process of getting this recipe together. Like I said, this one as well, the scones, we've loaded that onto taste.co.za. And the Lazy Makoti is making it really simple for all of us to get involved with this really festive creation.
And now all I'm doing is rubbing in my butter. So that's how I mix it.
Okay.
I mix it in by just rubbing it in.
And then you massage it clearly as well.
Yes, get that in there.
The dough, some
get
love.
in there. And around this time, you'd obviously be wearing your kiba, and you look so busy, and everyone's like, you're the
singing,
perfect makoti.
And then you're hearing, in the background.
Are we from the same family?
We
Or
might
is that all
easily be.
families?
I think all families have the same tradition. And maybe if it's not your tradition, it's time to join the South African tradition and be a part of the festive energy that comes through with this. This is really nice. This is really nice how you make this. I like that the sort of massaging and rubbing it in mixes it all together so nicely, and it leaves you with a nice fine sort of texture.
And you get all of that on your hands, and you look so busy, and nobody bothers you for anything else.
That's it. Even if you want some me time, this is it. Okay, so then what happens?
So now our dry ingredients are mixed together, and we've added in our butter. In goes our wet ingredients.
Which is egg.
Which is the egg, the milk, and the vanilla essence.
Lovely.
And you just mix that together. And then you lightly dust some flour on your surface, and then this will go there. And then with your cookie cutter, if you don't have one of these, you can very easily use a glass, cut out your dikuku, your scones. Yes. So cut out your scones, and those will bake for only 12 to 15 minutes. That's how quick and easy they are.
This recipe reminds me of every single traditional wedding I've ever been to. All of this, I mean, the mess you get to create in the kitchen, you almost can hear the soundtrack playing in the background. And it feels like Christmas or the festive season is like another wedding. It's like,
right, I can hear.
Anyway,
I can hear Brenda Fassie in my ears.
You hear Brenda Fassie, you hear the Christmas carols, you hear all of these fantastic festive songs, some of them which Hillsong is going to be bringing to life on our stage a bit later on. But talking about holiday treats, we are creating a very happy little moment for one of our lucky viewers who has won a 500 Rand Woolies voucher. Congratulations to Veronica Henge or Henge, and we hope that you enjoy the street and the shopping. And if you want to stand a chance to win a 500 Rand Woolies voucher too, then go on to our competition post. We've loaded that onto our Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages. Tell us what are your family favorite holiday treats. Every family has one. Don't forget to include that hashtag Woolies Christmas, and the competition will close at 9 o'clock today. And those T's and C's, you can find them on expressoshow.com. Thank you so much for the recipes.
Just for you.
Thank you. Where's yours? Where's yours?
And then I'm going to grab
You're going to grab a
for
scone.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's have that.
Definitely not a lazy makoti, but the lazy makoti. The recipe is on taste.co.za. Happy eating.
The season to give. This Christmas, it's all about appreciating those happy little moments.
Cross and Blackwell.
Snap, Black Cat Peanut Butter.
Cool Chagalaka.
And the Twist Challenge!
Buy any 4 participating products and stand a chance to win 10,000 Rand daily. Add a twist to everyday meals.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Of course, you're still locked in. It's your feel-good breakfast show. And now we're speaking to trainer Asha Dullabh as we unpack the personality types between introvert, ambivert, and extrovert, and how understanding the nuances can help in your relationships. But before we do, of course, this morning we asked you if you could identify with yourself as to whether you are an introvert or an extrovert, and you all came through with the comments indeed.
Yes, you did. Starting off with Ulindi, which she says, good morning. My boyfriend and I are both extroverts. We really enjoy talking to people and making new friends. I guess the type of work we do also allows us to make conversation with people that it has become a norm for us to just talk to everyone, no matter the race or gender.
Okay, I like it. Seems like they got their order in business, their relationship in order, of course. Now we've got another one from Charmaine saying, good morning, Expresso show. I'm an extrovert. I put it all out there. I hope you have a beautiful Monday and love you from y'all fams.
Love it. Wearing your heart on your sleeve. Utkakambile says, I'm with an extrovert. I can't say why. It just happened. So I assume she's, an introvert. So she's an extrovert.
I
and
would
she's
imagine
currently
so,
with
yeah.
an introvert. And she can't say why it just happened. We'll unpack that for you a little later on.
And then lastly, we got Karabo saying single, but I would prefer astroverts. Someone who shares both sides.
That's a new term.
That's a new one.
Okay, astroverts. Okay, that's a new one. You need to add that one.
Absolutely.
You're like super extroverted and super introverted.
Two extremes.
Literally. I'm just going to get straight into our second part of our conversation. The first part was distinguishing the differences between introvert, ambivert, and extrovert. So now when you mix these two different personality types, is there like some benefits, especially when it comes to relationships?
Sure. So it's not as simplistic as just an introvert, extrovert, or introvert, introvert. It's really about the blend of two people coming together. So two introverts can easily come together in a relationship and be very happy. They share very similar interests. They enjoy their time together. They cook together. They read together. They write together. I mean, they can sometimes overthink, get too much in their head because they're very much in their analytical time alone mode. And on the extroverts, I mean, like the lady said, they just, get it off. They go out. They socialize. They're extroverts. So, I mean, I think that one needs to just focus on that blend in a relationship. And we can blend with anybody. It's what feels comfortable. Is the relationship feeling energized? Is this person making me feel exhausted? Is this person making me feel depleted? Or are they energizing me? Am I excited? Remember that we also have different stages of relationships. So usually in the honeymoon stage, we're all very excited and energized. And as we get to know someone, things change. And that just brings about the different layers of our personality.
Yeah, we have so many layers. Just unpacking it and hearing you speak about it it seems so overwhelming to me. And I would imagine being in a relationship, you always sometimes need to reach this bar. There's a standard. And I think a lot of people are trying to pursue this perfect balance that we speak of. But is it important to, I would imagine, strive for that balance? Like if I'm an extrovert, do I need to then focus on being more of an introvert and vice versa? As an introvert, do I need to spend my energy trying to be an extrovert, or can I spend that energy and elsewhere, I guess?
I think you must just be your natural self, what comes naturally to you. That's more your authentic self. If we look at personality, we need to look at where this word comes from. It comes from the word persona. And if you look deeper, it's the word the meaning of persona is a mask. So we're actually playing a lot of roles. It goes right back to the theatre days where we act out different roles. And this is what we do as human beings.
Yeah.
We act out different roles, different personalities, different personality traits in different circumstances and with different people.
So the relationship, I would imagine, would be one of those circumstances.
Absolutely.
Coming from work, coming into relationship, I would then imagine it's great to be aware of your personality type, right? Because that's something that can definitely affect the relationship. Kukri has a hard day in the office this morning. She goes home and just lets rip. But it's not even about that partner. So I would imagine awareness is quite important then too.
Self-awareness is critical, as well as also knowing how to self-soothe. I mean, knowing how what your needs are, not expecting your partner to meet your needs all the time or that need for approval from your partner, and also self-expression, really understanding what is your own world about and being able to express that to your partner, and also asking your partner what is going on in your world, because we can get so caught up in our daily routines. So that's an important question as well.
Literally, I was about to ask that question and Ryle decided to overtake me. But you've touched on it now, and I want to unpack a little bit further into how do we communicate our worlds to our partners, because as an extrovert, I have a different way of communicating to my partner who might be an introvert, or he might be an extrovert, but his channel of communication is different from mine.
Sure. So we must remember that an introvert is a very good listener. They are all about deep conversations and deep listening, where the extrovert will speak sometimes without thinking, as I said, and it's about, again, just understanding, okay, my partner's more of an extrovert, I need to listen more, and the extrovert understanding that the partner actually, the introvert doesn't say very much. The introvert's actually at the risk of saying too little, where the extrovert is at the risk of saying too much. That's how they share. But again, it's just about communication. And spending that quality time with partners. If I think about the introverts, they are ones that love that quality time. If I think about the love languages that we spoke about a few weeks ago. So, it's really just getting to know your partner.
I love it.
Definitely. How about you, Ryle? How long have you been in a relationship now?
Recently, I think about at least 4 years, to be very honest.
What?
On and off.
I had no idea Ryle was in a relationship for 4 years. And how has it been for you guys in terms of finding the balance?
What you're speaking about is something that is really resonating with me, because a lot of the time, like I mentioned earlier, often life gets in the way of the relationship, and you make these assumptions that that person's just going to be how they are every single day, but I don't think that's fair of anybody in the relationship. So one thing that you've kind of reminded me of, if anything, is just to kind of pay more attention to your partner, especially when your world's feeling like it's absolute chaos, and I think there's a lot of value in that. And for me, I am definitely more of an extrovert, so again, I like and can resonate with a lot of the qualities of an introvert, especially listening, which is something absolutely value, and in any relationship I think it's quite important. So I've just learned a lot here, and taking this into what I hope to be a longer relationship too. Let's hope.
He is a great listener. Now you need to invoice him for this session that we had now. Asha Dullabh, thank you so much for always showing up, and elevating our relationship statuses to the next level, whether it's intrapersonal, interpersonal, however it may be or however it manifests. You have been just fantastic. Thank you. I hope that you guys have learned a little something. Make sure to keep the conversation going, keep it flowing on our social media platforms, and let us know what personality type you fall under.
And we're loving spending a bit of time with the Hillsong family, who have adapted to this COVID-19 crazy year with their Christmas spectacular. And they're going to get us into the Christmas vibe right now. The traditional Christmas carol, Deck the Halls, dates back to the 16th century. It may be an oldie, but it is a goodie, especially when it gets a revamp like it's about to get right now. And Hillsong Church Africa are going to be giving us a very special Gospel Monday performance. And turning the tables slightly, this one now becomes Deck the Rooftops.
Don't we now our gay apparel? Troll the ancient Yuletide carol.
Up on the rooftop, reindeer paws. Out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys. All for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, ho, ho.
Who wouldn't go? Ho, ho, ho. Who wouldn't go? Up on the rooftop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Deck the halsies up on the rooftop. Deck the halsies up on the rooftop. Deck the halsies up on the rooftop. Fa-la-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Face comes a stocking of little Nell, or just Santa, fill it well. Give her a dolly to laugh laughs and cries. One that will open and shut her eyes. Adore me now, I gave you apparel. La 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. La 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 la. Come on, break it down.
See the blazing you before us. Fa la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus. Fa la 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 la.
Follow me in every measure. La 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 la. Sing with joyous all together. La 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 la. Ho ho ho. Who wouldn't go? Ho ho ho. Who wouldn't go up on the rooftop? Click click click. Down to the chimney with good singing.
Oh, no. Are you smooth or not smooth? Buy any Tropica promotional pack, flip the cap, and if you find smooth, follow the details on the pack to stand a chance of winning smooth instant prizes with Tropica, such as headphones, mobile phones, travel start vouchers, police watches, sunglasses, and more. Plus, stand a chance of going into the draw to win weekly grand prizes live on Expresso every Friday by flipping a cap. TVs, washing machines, and microwaves up for grabs. The more Tropica you buy and find smooth, the more chances to win. Go on and find your smooth. Tropica, nothing smoother.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. We're live here on SABC3. The start of a brand new week. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, I don't know if you remember this, G. We put Zoe and Kuhle to the test in an inflatable obstacle course last week. It was so much fun. We asked you to tell us why you are the Crazy Store's biggest fan, right? And all of this in order to stand the chance of winning a festive hamper with 1,000 Rand filled with Intex inflatable items that are guaranteed to keep you floating in style this summer.
Yep, and we received hundreds of replies, so thank you so much for that. Now it's time to reveal the lucky winner. Can we get a drum roll, please?
Congratulations, Ali Tesa Kholo. Come on, a big round of applause for Ali. Oh, yes. Congratulations. Man, well done on being our second festive hamper winner. How does it feel?
It feels so great. What a wonderful way to start a Monday. Christmas came on the 7th of December this year. Thank you guys.
I love it.
I love that, man. Ali, well done. Where do you plan on spending your summer this December with now your Intex inflatables?
Considering this COVID-19 pandemic, I'll be spending much time with family, enjoying Christmas and the New Year, and having braai and a few drinks, and that's it.
Well, listen, you have a braai, you have a few drinks, you're spending time with your family and the kids, and now you have one more activity to add onto the list of things to do there. But what more do you plan on getting from the Crazy Store this festive season? I believe you are a big Crazy Store shopper.
Yes, hence they're having this variety of products which are bright and beautiful. So for Christmas decor, I'll get quite a lot of lovely products from Crazy Store.
Oh, man, I love you. I hope it's the most festive Christmas ever. Savor every second that you have, as you said, with your family and friends. I hope it's going to be a very Merry Christmas. But congratulations, Ali, once again. Very worthy winner this morning.
Yep.
It's just overwhelming feeling. Thank you guys so much.
Oh, man. Ali, congratulations. He really seems like such a nice guy. Absolutely a deserving winner of those inflatables. Now, make sure that you follow the Crazy Store on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to learn all about their new and exciting festive items that are available this season.
Yeah, and the winning isn't over yet. If you reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter pages and tell us what beach and outdoor equipment you need for the hot festive season, you might be winning. Remember to include the hashtag The Crazy Store Christmas, and you could stand a chance of winning a festive hamper from the Crazy Store worth R1,000, filled with some of those outdoor items for your little ones that can keep them entertained throughout the entire holiday. That competition runs up until the 11th of December this year, obviously, but you can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com.
Good luck.
Whoever you are, whatever you need, you'll find great value for the whole family at the Crazy Store. So duck into a store near you and be surprised.
Well, it's wonderful having Hillsong in studio because they really are bringing that Christmas feeling to set. Now, Teresa, you're in studio and we're going to keep on with that theme throughout the kitchen this morning because this festive season, it is all about giving and sharing, and it's also time to start thinking about delicious things to make and to eat in the holidays. Now, Teresa's favorite is a phyllo Christmas cracker that is filled with a decadent fresh milk salted caramel dipping sauce. Now, not only is it quite an indulgent mouthful to say, but she's also here to share this delicious recipe with us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Anything with salted caramel, I'm sold.
I know, and anything mince pie vibe for me, I'm there. Absolutely love it.
So I made the mistake of saying that the salted caramel is inside the phyllo, but it's actually just for dipping.
It's on the side.
Yes, it's on the side.
And it's such a great versatile sauce because it's great for this recipe, but it's also great for pancakes, waffles, ice cream, straight out of the jar.
Perfect for summer.
Yeah, really, really great. Okay.
So what are we starting off making?
So we're going to start with our filling. So we've got our fruit mince and then some grated apple.
There we go.
So you're going to mix that together. Just squeeze the excess liquid out of the apple because you obviously don't want your filling to be too wet.
Okay.
Mix it together, and if you want, you can add a splash of brandy.
Does the brandy, does that cook away?
It
or
will.
Is it best to rather just use an alternative if you're not drinking alcohol or interested
Rather leave
in
it out if you're not having alcohol, leave it out completely. But I add it for the flavor, and it's literally just a splash, a teaspoon or two, but completely optional.
Okay. What would an alternative be for someone that's not interested?
I mean, you could add some sort of apple juice or something like that, but I would just leave it. It is a very rich mixture already, so it's fine. I'm just keeping an eye on our caramel over here.
Okay.
Then I'm going to show you how to make the crackers using the phyllo pastry. And you mentioned that you love phyllo pastry.
I love it. Absolutely love it. But I have this weakness for eating anything that you can eat raw. I don't know if you can eat it, but like when it comes to doughs and phyllo and also like cookie dough, that's where I always ask, can I taste it?
I know, it's the best. So phyllo is quite delicate, so you have to be careful. I'm just going to make some space here.
Let's move that for you.
Okay, and basically what we're going to do is take a sheet. Oh, it's so thin. What is nice about this recipe is if you do have a little mishap and it tears, you can just glue it back together.
It's very forgiving. Now, how do you glue it?
And we won't. You just use the melted butter.
Okay.
I'll show you. Okay.
There we go.
So you take your sheet. You can see how thin it is. And you're just going to brush it with your melted butter. And when this bakes, I mean, it goes so flaky and crispy.
And that's what you want, those different
so
layers.
Delicious. Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to do 3 layers for our crackers. So get that all over. Delicious. And always remember with your phyllo that it does dry out once it's exposed to air. So just keep the rest covered when you're not using it.
Okay. So for example, this should technically
be covered with a damp cloth. We're just going to grab one more sheet though.
There we go.
Sorry.
I'll grab that for you. My hands are sanitized.
How's our caramel doing?
There we go.
And you're just going to pop that right on top. Perfect. Oh, you got that spot on.
Been spending time in the kitchen.
Right, and then what we're going to do is cut that into rectangles. So use your sharp knife and just cut that up. And maybe you can help me do one as well.
Okay, I'd love to.
Okay, so there's one for you, one for me. Okay, so you're going to take about a teaspoon of your fruit mince and just plop it down.
there.
You don't want to add too much. I know it's very tempting to overfill, but just try not to, because if you do stuff it too much, it's going to burst in the oven.
Okay.
And then you're just going to roll it up into your cracker shape.
So we just roll it.
And then you can use a little bit of butter just to glue it together.
What inspired this recipe for you?
Oh, well, I, as I said, just absolutely love mince pies, and I thought, how can I do it in a slightly different way? And I was thinking about the different pastries, and I thought, oh, let's do phyllo, and we can give it the Christmas cracker shape.
There we go.
So
and then you
twist it and pinch it at the end. You can use some baker's twine as well, just tie it around the end to secure it.
There we go.
And
we'll pop it on our baking sheet.
There we go. They look so cute. And you bake them at 160 for 20 minutes until they're golden.
Into the oven.
And then you take them out.
There we go.
And then just very quickly here, we've got our salted caramel sauce. So sugar and water in the pot, just dissolve it over a low heat. And then when it turns a deep golden brown color, you're going to add your butter, your salt, and your clover fresh milk. Just take care because it does bubble up quite a lot. And then just give it a good mix, let it cool down for about 10 minutes, and then you get this beautiful caramel dipping sauce.
Amazing. And what's also great about this clover fresh milk, it goes through a triple protect that ensures that you have superior quality with every litre of clover fresh milk that you do. And it also undergoes a double purification process and 80 quality tests, a special cooling technology that will also ensure that it is kept at the right temperature and that your milk lasts longer. So you have more freshness.
Yes, love it, love it.
There we go.
So this isn't quite golden enough, so it just needs a couple more minutes. Add everything else in, and it's all done. And you can make it ahead of time, which is great.
Well, Teresa, thank you so much. If you are interested in Teresa's phyllo Christmas crackers, we do have that recipe available on our website. That's expressoshow.com. It's going to be good.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, you can make my day.
Nothing beats the long-lasting freshness and quality taste of Clover fresh milk, made with love by Clover.
Join us on the Insider Essay this Tuesday evening at 7:30 as home superstar Dladla Umshunrisi invites us into his Durban home. Hitmaker Lady Zamar refreshes her creativity at the pristine De Hoop Nature Reserve. And Mrs. S.A. Jacqueline Ferns and her husband Lyndon Ferns enjoy a retreat near Tiavatas Kloof Dam. That's the Insider Essay, Tuesday evening at 7:30. Repeat Sunday at 12 midday, only on SABC3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back for the last little stanza of the show as we continue to spread the Christmas cheer here on Expresso. Hillsong Church Africa has another spectacular performance for us. The song Mary, Did You Know, that celebrates the birth of Jesus as a gift from God, has gone on to become, I think, undoubtedly a modern Christmas classic, performed probably by thousands of artists now over the years across all kinds of genres. And Hillsong are going to be putting their unique twist on the song as they remember the true meaning of the holiday season. But they've encapsulated the Christmas season feeling, joy in a movie. Can you tell us a bit more about that? What was the idea about turning all of this amazing live show performance into a movie?
Well, as a church, we've always done spectacular shows every December, but we just thought this year we want to bring the spirit and the hope and the joy at every household since we can't all gather. And so we're like, let's do it, guys, and we did it.
Yes. And how can people take it in? How can they get a piece of this joy?
Yes, everyone can, and it is showing at our Stekenoko cinemas across South Africa, 33 cinemas.
Wow.
It's so exciting, from the 16th of December to the 24th. And yeah, you can just go on our website, Hillsong Africa. You can find us every platform, or you can go on Stekenoko's website as well and just find the information there and just come. Bring the entire family.
Looking at how much you relish being able to perform these songs, I think the Christmas classics, there is something really special about being able to do that. But then you guys always put a bit of a twist. You give it the Hillsong flavor.
Yes.
What songs can people look forward to in the Christmas Spectacular?
Well, this one that we're about to perform, Mary, Did You Know? And the one we actually did earlier, we performed earlier, Deck the Rooftops. It's just fun and it's just light as well and just brings joy, and you just enjoy with your family and just like sit in and just take in all that Christmas spirit has for you.
Spread the love. Well, you're going to do that right now with, judging by the sound check, a haunting and beautiful performance. So thank you so much for that. Here it is, just for you, Mary, Did You Know?
Mary, did you know that your baby boy will one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? The child that you delivered will soon deliver you.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy took his side to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy will calm the storm with his hands? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know?
The blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the dumb that your baby boy is heaven's perfect land.
That sleeping child you're holding is the great Mary, did you know?
Woo! Yeah! Woo! Woo-hoo! Yeah! Oh, Mary, did you know?
Did you know?
I just found out though.
If you didn't, well, now you know.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Take a bow. Hillsong Africa, an amazing performance for us this morning. Thank you so much, guys.
The Christmas Spectacular movie that's going to be in cinema from the 16th of December until the 24th of December.
Well, it does sound like they've put in all the love and passion and all the heart into it. So it's definitely something to check out. We're all very excited to check it out.
I think a lot of people will be missing the fact that they hadn't been able to see them live in their spectaculars, but it sounds like the Christmas Spectacular is going to give you absolutely everything you need.
Well, we got some social media comments on there. Let's have a look at those comments on your screen right now. This is what you guys had to say to us when we asked you on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show. What did we ask everybody?
We asked them if they fall under introvert, extrovert, etc., etc. But we'll get in touch with them a little later on right now, okay?
Well, do we establish, are you an introvert or an extrovert?
I think I'm it's called an ambivert.
Yes,
so, you know,
look at you.
You are quite
What is happening? What's an ambivert? What is that?
So I can listen to all your issues, Tubbs, but I can also put you up and feed you with all that energy.
You can also give me issues, you.
Sounds like there's going to be a problem.
But hopefully you found some insights in that discussion and you can apply that in your own relationship. Then, of course, we'll be back at 11:30 this morning. Louis Sogola is in the house. I cannot wait to reconnect with probably one of the funniest men alive, certainly one of the funniest in our country, talking about his new show, Unlearning. It sounds like a blast.
Truly, man. We do this once again tomorrow morning from 6 to 8 o'clock and, of course, at 11:30. It has been a fantastic show talking all things relationship, celebrating the festive season with Hillsong once again on Gospel Monday. It has been a great one. Make sure to be on the lookout from the 16th of December. From us to you guys at home.
Adios.
Have a great day.
Clover celebrates spring with exciting giveaways. Look out for selected Clover products in store to stand a chance to win. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.